Good afternoon, CCM, and welcome to another episode of CCM Sports Talk, with me as your host, Lloyd Wilson. Today we'll be discussing upcoming NBA season as well as the NFL season. And here with me today are some fellow CCM students. So, welcome you guys. So, the first question I want to pose with you guys is what is the expectation for your respective teams? And we'll go down the line and say what your teams are. So, we'll start with you, Lawrence.
Indiana Pacers going to be a top 5 team in the Eastern Conference this year.
My team is the Los Angeles Lakers. We're gonna win the NBA Finals in 5.
That's cap.
That's respectable.
In 5 games.
That's cap.
Miami Heat projected us to go to the fifth round, or not the fifth round, but to be the fifth seed. I think we could go far, hopefully the Eastern Conference Finals, but we'll see.
Well, mine is the New York Knicks, and I don't really have that much hope. Why you say? I mean, my team is more in the rebuilding process, so I mean, got a good draft pick in R.J. Barrett, got some nice assets in Alonzo Trier, Dennis Smith Jr. came over for the trade. So I mean, we got some nice assets we're working toward. So I'm not gonna get over it because you said for one of y'all teams, Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
No, it's quiet.
Wait, hold on. We're not going to act like before Victor Oladipo went down, they went the third seed in the Eastern
That is
Conference.
true.
That's
That is
fine.
true.
I mean,
We're not going to act
That
like
is
that
true.
man did not just come on. He averaged 24.
That's
but
fine.
Okay, but
24 and
is Oladipo gonna beat Greek Freak? Is he gonna beat
Wait, time out.
Joel Embiid? Is he gonna beat those?
We're talking
teams?
about the
Y'all gonna
Pacers
be the
team
same
that
thing
the year
every
before last took LeBron to 7. The only reason we lost was because, you know what I'm saying, a bad call. Let's not act like that's a bad team.
So what's the bad
First of all,
call?
y'all
I don't know if y'all remember
Listen
the
to
bad
what you
calls that
just said. Y'all
goaltended the
took
last second.
LeBron to 7. Y'all took one person.
We
person
took the
beat
greatest
y'all.
player in the
one
NBA.
person beat y'all.
We
though.
took-
So y'all think
He could be. It's the greatest person in the NBA. You talking about the Greek Freak? We ain't worried about him. So what are you
To
talking
be honest,
about?
the East is
with
weaker though.
with a team though, you think Oladipo is capable of beating him?
I think that
Oladipo
team is
and Miles
capable
Turner?
of beating him. Time out. Miles Turner is like 15 and 10. That's decent.
It's
He ain't
like
gonna
his
give you a
9th
couple.
year in the league.
This
15
is
and 10
fourth
is
year.
not
No,
cutting
this
it
is
no
fourth
more.
year in the league.
What's
Let's
your,
not do that.
can you name your starting 5?
My starting 5. Who we starting at the
You actually just got Milwaukee's 2 guard off the
Brogdon.
We do got Malcolm Brock. Yeah, you got.
Oh wait, don't get hyped. I'm just saying.
I want to know what that
He's
means.
tough. I'm not
I
gonna
want
lie,
to know
he's
what
tough.
that
He's
means.
You
50,
just had a
90.
point guard that retired. I think Darren
Darren
Collison.
Darren Collison
I mean,
retired at like 33.
You're still not giving me your starting 5.
Where's my starting 5?
oh Jesus.
Man, I'm not even sure.
Who's
We
your
got
point?
a couple few
Who's your
pieces.
point?
At the point,
I can tell you your point. I'm
Really?
going off of
No.
2K rosters to be honest. I'm
I
seeing.
don't play with them 2K.
You don't play with them 2K?
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So you don't like
Wait,
your own
how you?
team. You know
Nah,
your
it's
own
different.
team
It's
is
different.
horrible.
It's different.
It's different. With
It's different.
Wait,
Real life 2K is
what?
different.
You don't
Real
play
life
with your
2K.
own
I
team.
play with my team too.
Oh yeah, we don't
He
get to
takes
that.
my team.
Your team is
I
OD.
get that.
We
I
would
get
your
that.
team
The
OD.
best team in the game. What you want me to do?
All right, let's. Miles Turner, I'm with him. 15-10 not cutting it, especially when you already been in the situation of
Thank
the
you.
playoffs. You
Thank
have
you.
that experience.
Yeah.
You need something else on your
Thank
resume besides one playoff appearance.
Thank
I'm
you.
just saying that you know that we was the 4th seed in the East last year
That's
without.
fine. We
No,
going off of
no.
last
Wait,
year.
hold on.
The
I'm just
question
saying
is,
there was no Oladipo. For 3/4 of the year, there was no Oladipo, and we stayed where we was at.
okay,
That's not crazy.
that's crazy. That's good. That's
Without our
but then
star
again, that's
player.
good coaching. That's good coaching.
Good coaching, good
That's,
players.
that's
and
good
that's a
coaching and
team.
good players. But
Solid
then
team.
again, are y'all in a contending spot
No,
to
and
win
never
an
will.
NBA
Not at all.
championship?
And never
Especially
will
in the
be.
East,
And
where
never
yes, it got
will
weaker.
be.
You got the
And-
Greek Freak, who also I don't believe that team is stacked enough because
Joel
last year they got
Embiid.
exposed. Greek,
First of all, you
they
guys
gonna-
are not
the
beating
only thing
the
they're gonna
Nets.
do is
You're not
crash the
beating
box.
the
Only thing
Nets.
they-
You're not
the only
beating
Wait.
thing they-
You're
We're
not
not
beating
beating a Kyrie Irving Nets
No.
team. That's what you're saying.
No.
I don't think so.
against the Nets.
No.
Y'all don't
Y'all
know.
not
The
beating
Nets are
Nets.
better than you.
No.
Y'all talking about standing a chance?
No.
Like we
No.
honest.
Y'all can compete like his team. Now we on with the
Um,
Miami Heat. I still believe they have ways to go. Jimmy Butler is a piece of the puzzle. He's talking about before production. Justice Winslow is going to come up with the basketball, meaning he's going to play point. Zoran, I don't even know how to say it.
Orange Roger.
Goran's up. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, his name. What they call him, the Dragon.
You
I think
can't
it's
forget
called.
about
Dragon
Deion
for a
Waiters.
reason.
Deion Waiters.
Still
I
got
forgot.
Before he got
He
hurt.
injury
Yes, sir.
injury
Before he got
prone.
hurt.
He injury prone.
Yeah.
Nah, but
We'll
he's
see
a
where
bucket.
the season takes us though. But you know, we got a good young squad. You know, Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero. You know, We got some young assets that we believe in for these next couple years. So
We'll
see where it takes us.
Can you tell us what Tyler Herro is compared to?
So they compare him to be the second coming of Klay Thompson.
Do you believe that?
I believe it 100%.
That's very disrespectful.
So his previous game, right?
Oh God.
He had 14 points off the bench. He shot 5 for 5, 3 for 3 from the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's tough.
Now, he just had 25.
Now then again,
last night he had 25.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
5 for 5 with the 3. He was wild.
Now the real question is, he's the second coming of Klay Thompson. How does Klay Thompson get his buckets? How does he predominantly get his?
Shooting threes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but how does he get those threes? Don't escape the question. You know where I'm going. Don't escape the question. How does he get those threes? Is it off himself or is it off a screen?
It's off of spot ups. It's off of screens.
That's all good shooters, though.
That's what shooters do.
You got to get good shooters open.
Okay, but then again, he's talking about. I need to see something else. Is what I'm basically saying, especially for the Miami Heat team. Klay Thompson's proven. Tyler Herro is not proven. You cannot compare him to a three-time NBA championship and Klay Thompson. And we want to forget what Klay Thompson did when Steph Curry went cold against that OKC team in 2016, I believe. He dropped 40 in the second half when his team was down 20 plus.
Game 7, right? Game 6.
It was game 6. To take that game back to Oakland for them to even get to a for them to even get to the NBA Finals, because that was the conference against that KD squad and Russell Westbrook. That's when that team was still tough. So I'm just saying. You can't compare someone that's proven to a rookie that hasn't even, he made some shots, he made some threes. Cool. We can compare that to Carson Edwards last night. He had what?
8 threes.
He had 8 threes. You had a good shooter night. Okay, cool. But you can't compare that to a 3-time NBA championship NBA champion that's proven. And especially, he's clamped. That's one of the best 2-guard lockups in the entire league. Next, I would say Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is, again, I told you before production, is top 5 defender in the league. Yes, you want to go Kawhi? All right, top 10 if you want to stretch it.
Jimmy Butler is top 5 defender.
I don't know.
Top 5 at his position.
You can't name
at his position.
What 5 defenders can you name better?
I mean, are we taking bigs? Are we taking bigs? If they don't count, then you got it. If they don't count, then you got it. But if
you can.
Go ahead. We'll say league.
I'm taking Embiid.
I'm taking Embiid. I'm taking AD. I'm taking Kawhi. I'm taking PG. Who's my 5?
Jimmy Butler.
Gotta be Jimmy Butler.
You gotta put Jimmy Butler in there.
But either LeBron or
you said Kawhi already?
Yeah.
You said LeBron?
Nah, you might be.
Wait, LeBron don't defend though. He stopped defending.
Why
He stopped defending years ago.
We talking about King James.
But
he saves himself into the playoffs. He'll play D in the playoffs.
He'll play D in the playoffs. He don't really give that much.
Playoffs last year, so we can't even talk.
That's why this year is huge for him.
He's the MVP this year. He's the MVP this year.
No, he's not.
LeBron
Crazy
James
part about it,
so
I believe Anthony Davis is the MVP this year. Either AD or Embiid.
So I'm glad we transferring to the Lakers because that was his team. So now him saying they're going to win the NBA Finals, I believe that strongly.
Absolutely.
Because that team is stacked from 1 to 5. Like, even without DeMarcus, with him going down, I mean, that team is still stacked.
You replaced him with Dwight?
Dwight. But then again, if you got... if you got Kings Boogie, Sacramento Boogie.
That boogie is gone. That boogie is gone.
Since when?
Since that last injury he just had.
Since he was on the Pelicans. Since he got hurt.
Okay, that's when he was.
I was about to say it was 26 and 12. That boogie.
He was wilding in New Orleans. It was 25, 26 a game. Yeah. Okay.
We have the best duo. It's just that duo is unstoppable. Greatest duo of all time.
Now, what shooters have you acquired?
Greatest duo of all time.
They didn't even play a game
That's
together.
a whole nother conversation. You said greatest duo of all time?
Name a better one.
They did not play a game together.
I'm talking about as far as basketball players.
Shaq and Kobe?
On the same team.
You got Shaq and Kobe. You got LeBron and Wade.
Shaq and Kobe. That's the only one I'm taking. I apologize for
Wade
that.
and LeBron?
No.
Wade and LeBron?
That's not scarier than LeBron and AD. I'm sorry. It's not.
So MJ and Scotty.
Okay, because AD can do things on a big man shouldn't be able to do. He can handle the ball. He can shoot threes.
LeBron never played with nobody as good
I can understand
Anthony Davis. LeBron's never played with nobody as good and versatile as Anthony Davis. Think about it.
And then even with the Shaq and Kobe thing, like Shaq was so dominant in the paint. He was so big and wild, like you can't really guard. Like it's really hard for anyone to guard him. And Kobe was a monster in himself. But then again, we're not gonna talk about that jazz series, Airball. We're not gonna talk about.
Kobe's not the greatest player of all time.
a
not.
basketball.
So now we, yo,
Greatest
come
player to ever
on.
pick up a
Because he said,
basketball.
he's talking
Kobe
nonsense.
Bryant.
He's
right now.
wilding.
Kobe
Like,
Bryant to ever greatest to ever pick up a basketball.
Better than Michael Jordan.
better than my.
He
Yes,
is
I
not
feel like
better
he
than Michael
perfected it
Jordan.
better than Michael Jordan.
So he
LeBron
took
is better
everything.
than Kobe.
No.
Yes.
No.
Like
How?
easily, like the stats show
Wait,
themselves.
wait.
The
You said
stats
LeBron is
show-
better?
Yes,
the
LeBron
stats
is.
show-
Come
Yes,
on, man.
LeBron
No,
is
now
better
you getting me
than
tight.
Kobe. No,
You
no.
We're
getting me
not talking
tight.
about the
What's
rings.
LeBron's? What's
We're not talking
LeBron's?
about
Yo,
the
what
rings.
are we
What's
playing
his finals
for?
record?
What are we playing for? We're
What
not
is
talking
Never
about
ran
LeBron's
into the
finals
Warriors though. Let's not
Exactly.
say that. The
Who we
Warriors is kind of
Okay,
crazy.
LeBron lost to the Mavericks and averaged 17 in the finals.
No, yeah. That was his first year.
And then he left with 7 points in the closeout game. He was on the Heat
Oh,
with
yeah, but
Wade
what
and
happened in
Bosh.
That was
year?
his.
What
You
happened
talking about
in
the
that
Dallas
year?
Mavericks?
Yes.
That was the
That was
worst. That was just his worst game. As
Okay,
an NBA
so don't
pro.
run to the Warriors though. Y'all always like to say Kobe never played the Warriors. If Kobe would have played the Mavericks in the finals, you think he's losing to Dirk?
Wait, but hold up.
We talking
Didn't
about
they
stuff
lose
that
that
we-
year? Didn't they
I'm
lose
talking about
that
in
year?
the finals. Yeah, we definitely did.
Oh,
No,
okay.
We
then.
didn't have a good roster though.
Okay.
We didn't have a good roster. Come on.
So what did
Y'all
he
give
have?
LeBron
Just LeBron,
everything.
Bosh, and Wade. That's it.
What?
Don't say that's it. You had arguably the best 2 guard in the league and the best 4 in the league. Was Bosh not the best 4 in the league before
At
he
that
got to the
time.
Heat?
At that time.
You remember what he
Top
was doing
five.
to Toronto?
Yeah.
At that
yeah.
time.
And then,
yes,
and then
at that
years
time.
after you add Ray Allen on that team, that team
Yeah,
was
that is
stacked.
true. Yeah.
The Heat don't win if Ray Allen don't win that. Don't shoot that corner 3.
Yeah.
They don't win. They lose
Yeah.
again.
Facts.
They lose again.
Facts. I can't.
I don't remember Kobe getting saved in the finals. Besides Shaq, sometimes when Shaq left.
He said sometimes.
When Shaq left. Just saying, Kobe's the greatest ever.
No, he's not. He's not better than
It's
Michael
hard to put
Jordan.
that over Jordan.
Okay,
That's the
Michael Jordan is the greatest
Kobe's not even-
player ever, but in terms of greatest player I ever seen and watched, Kobe Bryant.
He's not even the greatest
Kobe
Laker.
Bryant. Wow, he's not the greatest
No.
Laker.
Wait,
Magic Johnson is the
wait.
greatest
He's
Laker.
not the
Wait.
Magic
greatest
Johnson is the
Laker
greatest
now.
Magic
Kareem.
Johnson is the
Oh.
greatest
Don't say
Laker.
Kareem. I'm not saying.
I mean,
didn't
wait.
watch it.
I'm just saying, like, you got some top names
My
in that
name, though.
You
organization.
do. You got Wilt. You got Jerry. You got Magic. You got Shaq.
And
but
Wilt
Legend.
too.
You got a lot.
You got. That's
Well,
what I'm saying. In terms of
Magic
guards,
said it
yes.
himself.
Big man, debatable. Like it's very hard.
Wait.
It's
What's debatable with the big man? Shaq is the greatest big man to ever. Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
I agree with that.
Ever?
Ever.
Yeah,
Most
I agree
dominant
with
If
that.
you
player
ask
ever.
agree with
me,
that.
if you ask me, it's between him and I say like Hakeem got to be in there.
We talking all. We not even
All
talking
time,
Lakers. We talking
Shaq.
all time.
Shaq. Greatest at his position.
He's the most
Definitely.
We
dominant.
gonna
You can't stop him.
So I guess we
Definitely.
forgetting about Bird. Yes, a lot.
I'm not a fan of Bird. You
Huh?
know that.
What do you
Not a
mean?
fan
Larry
of
Bird is
Nah, fan
that's,
of Bird.
that's a wing. He's a small forward. We're talking about big.
I mean, technically, you could slide him down.
He was 6'7".
All right, forget it. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Greatest big. I mean, yeah, Shaq is probably the most dominant. And not stop. If he gets the ball in the paint, he's getting the bucket. You cannot stop that. There's nobody you could put on him that's gonna stop that.
I mean, he was just at the most dominant at that time. I mean, yeah, I can't
I
really.
think
I
if you
can't.
put him
I
in-
can't argue with that. I really
Shaq
just
can
can't.
play in any era.
Put
and
that man in
average
any era, son. It's over.
the same number.
That's true. Like a lot of players this year, they would not be able to play back then. I mean,
Like
I know
who,
for
though?
a
'Cause
fact Steph would not be able to play back then.
I
I
hate
know for a
people
fact.
say that.
LeBron would have. He would.
Disrespect.
Steph would
I hate
definitely
when
adapt
people
to
say
it.
that.
That's disrespectful. How? To who? To Steph?
You're talking about the
He's a
greatest
shooter.
That's
of all
shooter.
time.
But then again, the rules change. The
Right.
rules are different when he was
They're gonna
back
be
then.
fouling
I was
back
about to say,
then.
it's
Okay,
just more
so
handshakes. They
a
gonna
small
play a little
guard like
rougher.
Steph, when he first came in the league, it was hard. He had noodle arms. Let's be honest. He had noodle arms. Yes, he had to bulk up. And the first few years in Golden State, he had injury problems. His ankle.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like back then, when they bumping him off screens, when they hand checking, because you can't do that now.
Can I ask you a question?
But
If Steve Kerr could play back then,
Mhm.
right, and be effective and win games off threes and everything, you don't think Steph Curry can come down and be one of the best players in the league back then?
That's true.
If Steve Kerr is able to play and be effective,
okay.
Steve Kerr,
So now my question to you is, what kind of player was Steve Kerr? Was he
like a spot up shooter.
okay?
He's
So
a
what is
spot-up
Steph?
shooter.
Steph has the ability to get his own shot.
Exactly.
Steph has the ability to have. He does not have nowhere near the handles that Steph had.
Exactly. You're proving my point.
So okay, I'm just saying teams are going to eventually find out how you play, and when they do that, that hedging off that screen that blitzing off that
Do you
screen is going to
honestly
be more
feel like
prominent.
the players back then will come up with a
Yes,
way
they
to
will.
stop Steph
They will
and Curry?
rough him. They will rough him up. There's
You're gonna need to do more than just foul and push.
Well, he's not
people
gonna be.
around.
No, they're not foul. I'm just saying they're gonna put more body into him than they would
they definitely
nowadays.
would.
Like,
They
because
definitely would.
nowadays the defense like this. That's a foul. I mean, anything is like it's ticky tack fouls, and I can't stand that. It's just like the league has changed in a way where we can't appreciate the game. For example, we see old videos. I know when we go to Instagram, Snapchat. I seen the videos of Carmelo Anthony battling with Kobe Bryant to the post, and I'm like, that's basketball, not this. Come off, like everything nowadays is offense. Everybody wants to see offense. Nobody wants to see great defense, and that's a problem for me because like, even with football, we're gonna get to it in the second half. Sports has become more soft, and because I understand you want to protect people, but at the end of the day, you can't have the game be in the hands of the refs.
Right.
And that's like my biggest thing. I'm not saying Steph couldn't be a prominent figure back then in the '80s, maybe late towards mid '90s, and then going into our generation where we was born. But I mean, the fact that he wouldn't have the same leisure he was having now. There's no way he's driving between two people, splitting the screen, and he's laying Anthony Davis. I'm just saying, there's no way that's happening. Anthony Davis putting his body into him, and he's punching it. I'm just saying, like, some of these players are just being granted with the leisure of how the league is now.
But I don't think it would be hard for him to conform to that league because he's a shooter.
That's what I'm saying. The fact that he is a shooter, yes, he's going to be throwing the ball up more than he's going to be driving. I'm just saying, like, in terms of coming off screens and instead of somebody guarding him one-on-one, instead of the guy being a few feet back, he's going to be in his mid. Like Jimmy Butler, granted to you, will be in anybody's mid. And I'm not going to get away from this. He's saying that Jimmy Butler, I'm sorry, who do we say? Who do we say?
You said that Jimmy Butler would basically lock up Klay Thompson.
Yes.
That's what you were saying.
Yes, but it was somebody else I mentioned. I forgot. It's somebody else I mentioned. Like Jimmy Butler is going to be in somebody's pocket. Like he's not going to have his way with him. Because we talked about
it was Dragic or Winslow. It was one of them.
But they're on the same team. I thought we was talking about somebody else. That's what I'm saying. It's escaping my mind right now, but it's fine. So throughout your teams, I'm not going to talk about the Knicks. I really don't. I have very strong passion. All I'm gonna say is all I can hope is R.J. Barrett becomes a top 5 rookie this year. That's all. I mean, I know it's hard to say because I've seen Zion dominating in New Orleans, but I don't see R.J. showing me anything really spectacular at the moment. Every rookie goes through their slumps. I just hope ours is as early as it is in this, preseason. We got a game tonight that I plan on watching. All I can hope is him giving me 17. That's fine, but when I watch his game, it looks very. How can I say? He looks like he is a college player.
He looks uncomfortable.
He looks very uncomfortable, and it's like he's trying too hard. It's not the game isn't coming to him as easy. And again, I just hope that his slump isn't coming as early in the season as even started.
I personally just don't think he's ready. That's just me personally.
I mean, a lot of these kids just want to come into the league, and I mean it's respectable. They just want to come to the league to get the bag, to take care of their families.
I would.
I mean that's only right, but do you guys believe the more time you spend in college helps you when you go transfer to the league?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes and no though, but it all depends on which team you go to. Because if you go to the Warriors, you're gonna get a better staff than you were to be playing for the Knicks. So it's always depending on what kind of staff. Staff is definitely huge.
I think talent plays the biggest factor. I just feel like because certain people, there's no reason for them to be in college. It's like Zion, just go hurry up. It's just got to a point where it's just like, all right, Zion, hurry up, go to the NBA. Like just hurry up.
That's
go.
true.
Like,
Even though he got some things to develop, work on in the league, but that's stuff you can work on in the league. There's no reason because him staying in college, he really was a men against boys.
Definitely.
I mean, he was just that dominant.
It's looking that way now.
But the amount of hype that he was getting, do you think that was fair?
Absolutely.
Real? That was not that much hype since they were saying since LeBron?
Yeah.
I think he deserves every bit of it.
Wow. Even though his shooting percentage, even though we talking about shooting wise,
I feel like
he can shoot the 3 ball.
He can shoot, but not consistent.
Maybe not as consistent as he should be.
He's been making it.
But
he's been making it.
Yeah, but like he's not a threat. Like in the NBA, nobody's guarding that. He's not a threat at all. Like not to the
You
point.
gonna have to
Until he hit two of
make
them.
me a believer.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Until
have
he
to
hit
make
two
me a
of them,
believer.
like,
go
okay,
down and it hurt.
Exactly.
I really don't
It
think
hurt.
that in an NBA game. I don't believe that that's gonna happen. He should just focus, especially this year. He could just focus on what he could do, which is dunking the ball and going in the paint.
Penetrating, being a hustle player. I mean,
I think
with
he
Lonzo
should.
Ball,
I don't see why he shouldn't work on his jump shot this year.
he should.
Exactly.
Because have a head start at developing it.
No, I'm not
Because
saying
once
he
he
shouldn't.
gets that,
the league is.
It's over.
come on.
But then again,
Like, once
wait,
he gets that,
we're not gonna pass on his offhand. His right hand need work. I mean, when you see a lot of
He
his
still dribble though.
he can dribble, but can he finish?
Yes.
he can
With his
finish.
right,
Yes.
You didn't see
Consistent.
that dunk that he just
What?
did with his right hand the
Consistent.
other day?
consistent. If
Yes.
someone forces him right,
He's strong enough to
finishing,
get
bro.
back to his left,
But
though, if he really has to.
okay,
though,
but-
he's that strong.
but strength is that always gonna. For one, it's preseason. Don't get fooled.
But he's having.
When he
close
go
to
against your
30
team, is he
every
doing that against
game.
Braun? Is he doing that against
Doing what?
Kuzma?
Is he doing what?
Is he doing-
Kuzma, yes.
He's
about to
doing
say
that
he's
against
doing-
Kuzma.
Yes.
He's doing
He's
against.
stronger
He
than
did
him.
it
There's
against
a
Rudy
play.
Gobert.
There's
Did
a
you
play
watch
against
it?
Rudy Gobert. He jumped up
To
at the
his
rebound
chest.
and went back up with it.
And won.
Rudy Gobert,
That's the
defensive
defensive
player.
player of the
Come
year.
on, man.
Okay.
Come on now, man.
That boy is
He's
something.
285
something
pounds of muscle.
I haven't
kinda
seen
wild.
that.
Muscle
That's
or
kinda-
baby fat?
I wouldn't say
Mm.
actually
Both.
he's a foot. He has the body of a football player though. It's kind of crazy. Like
A
can't
lineman.
stop him.
He's like a lineman.
So if he was able to shoot, then it would get scary. But like I said, I don't think that's coming this year. I don't even think that's something he needs to be worried about. If he's open, he's going to shoot it. But he has players like Lonzo that's always going to get him set up in the paint. He's going to get lobs and he's going to get dunks and he's going to get his that way.
True, the way that they run their offense right now is based off ball movement and setting him up for a screen. I mean,
Pick and
he's going
rolls.
to definitely be.
The thing is, though, he's actually making a three. I don't know if y'all been watching the preseason. Like,
Yeah,
he's been making.
Well, I haven't
He's
seen the
been
one y'all
making
talking
a
about
few.
Gobert.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
now that I'm,
yeah.
I mean,
So
okay.
He
all
missed
right.
the layup, but he went right into his chest.
A lot of people not doing that.
Exactly.
A lot of people.
Mind you, he moved Rudy Gobert out the way when he went up. Like it was pretty bad.
Defensive player of the year.
That's one play though. That's one play.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is
That don't just
consistency.
happen.
The biggest thing is consistent. No matter what you do, are you consistent at? That's what That's what determines greats and players that's just in the league. Can you do it consistently? Can you get rings?
I don't think that he can be a good, consistent player. There may be nights where he gives you, a 15 and 12 kind of game, maybe. But
But
I
the
don't-
presence, you're right. The presence still like.
Why don't you think he's going to be consistent though? Because that type of basketball to me isn't like he's not really working too hard to get his shot. Like he's stronger than everybody. Well, he's stronger than most of them anyway, so it's not going to be that hard for him to get that bucket. So why don't you think that's going to be consistent?
I just think he's probably still in the rookie mindset of just
Like he used
not
my
really
muscle for
taking
everything.
over like how he would be at what school did he
Duke.
go to?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So-
I see what you're saying because everything is not. It's based around him, but he's
not his
not.
team.
Yeah, it's not. his
Especially
team,
as
yeah.
him, Ingram.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's the guy. Like, is he their first option? I would say. Would
If you
say
ask
that's
me,
him?
I
I'm
would
going to
say.
Ingram.
I would say
Nah,
yeah.
I don't-
I'm
Because
going to Ingram.
I think Ingram is just soft. I don't.
But
feel
then
like-
again, there was a post that came out that he hasn't even been comfortable in the league for the past 2-3 years. We
Ingram?
haven't even seen.
Ingram.
He said
I
apparently
agree with that.
he
I agree with
apparently hasn't been playing the way
He
he's
never-
used to be playing.
he
And I'm
never- I
kind of
don't-
confused on that. I'm like, wait a minute, you had a Lakers team that was basically your team.
Yeah.
It was basically him and before even Kuzma got there,
D'Lo.
it was him and oh my gosh, I can't remember the name.
It was
Him and
D'Lo.
D'Angelo
Yeah,
Russell,
yeah.
yeah.
Who?
It's both of them.
D'Lo.
Him and D'Lo. Okay, so I'm saying that was the young gunners. I mean, if you have the ball in your hand predominantly most of the time, I mean, now's the time to show the world what you can do. That's just my.
That was the only year it was like that though, because the very next year Lonzo came on.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Don't come out saying that you haven't been playing your game when you had the basically you had the rock the entire time.
But he's more like he's better with the ball in his hands. Even though he's taller, like he's better that way, getting his own shot and stuff like that. Like he's not really a spot up shooter. So
I feel like
see
he's
what
not
you're
gonna be successful until he commits to really working on his body. Like he came back
I
this
agree
year, and
with
I
that
feel like he
100%.
didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It looks like he literally didn't do anything.
I agree with that.
Ever
100%.
since his first year, yeah.
They compared him, and I feel like it wasn't disrespectful, but I feel like it was way too early. Like I mean,
To
like how you
KD?
say with the Tyler, yeah. Like I feel like it's way too early. We're comparing kids to people that's already proven. Like KD, yes, when he first came to the league, he said, "I don't need to lift weights.
Yeah.
I could just give me the ball and I'll work." But then again, KD is a special breed. He came in, he started working, he started dropping 20 plus when he first came in.
He never averaged less than 20 in his career. He came in averaging 20 points.
That's what I'm saying. So you can't. Not everybody. Yes, it's like creep of the crop. Like there's only certain players that's gonna come out of the draft that's a gem and that's a diamond. Like that 03 draft. LeBron, Melo, CP3. Those are gems. Yeah, you're not gonna find players like that in the next decade. I guess the decade right now in terms of Zion, I mean, he's the creep of the crop. Like he's separated himself from everybody else that's in that draft.
I definitely feel like the draft classes have been.
This
I
year,
don't know.
I mean,
I'm a big fan of John Morant. I think.
Me too. Me too.
I think. He may even win Rookie of the Year.
I think
he possibly could win Rookie of the Year.
He's special.
Man, we've been talking so much. We even get to the NFL. But I actually want to just thank you guys because this basketball talk has been crazy. I want to thank you guys for coming on. The show's always available. Y'all just let me know to come on again because we having these good conversations. Next time we'll hopefully get to the NFL season. But quick take. Good. Was it a good move for Jalen Ramsey to move to LA? Yay, nay?
I want to say yes. Get him out of the negative stuff that's been happening in Jacksonville with him and the owners. Him on the Rams, definitely a better situation for him, I think. More long term. This is his contract year, so we'll see what they offer him. But I think him in the Rams jersey definitely a big difference between them having Marcus Peters or Aqib Talib. Comparing him to Jalen Ramsey, you can't really do that. So,
what about you guys? Quick takes.
He should have came to Baltimore. That's my only take.
All right. Thank you guys for watching CCM Sports Talk here at CCM. We'll be here same time next week with me and my crew, and we'll see you then. Thank you.